The New York Times recently reported that Representative Anthony Weiner's wife, Huma Abedin, is a practicing Muslim who was raised in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia in 2007. The New York Observer wrote that her mother is a professor in Saudi Arabia and that her father was an Islamic scholar before his death. Islamic law forbids any Muslim woman from marrying a non-Muslim man. Anthony Weiner was raised Jewish, but admitted to growing up in a non-religious household. If Abedin remains a practicing Muslim, and her religion forbids her from marrying a non-Muslim, isn't she then failing to practice Islam? Wouldn't that be the case unless Weiner himself had converted to Islam? Known as the Shahada, the Islamic testimony of faith is very short. Here is what Weiner would have had to say in order to be able to marry Abedin according to Sharia law. Quote, "There is no God except Allah, and Muhammad is his messenger." Curiously, the imam of the Islamic Cultural Center of New York City is a man named Sheikh Omar Abu Namus. He is calling for Abedin to stand by Anthony Weiner. In 2007, Abu Namus spoke alongside the director of the Islamic Society of North America, the ISNA, at the first National Summit of Imams and Rabbis. The ISNA is a Muslim brotherhood group. Abu Namus is on record as having said there was no conclusive evidence that Muslims were responsible for the September 11th attacks. Here is a question that needs to be answered. Did a secular Jewish man convert to Islam, or did his still practicing Muslim wife abandon her religion by marrying him? Why would an imam encourage a practicing Muslim woman to remain married to an unfaithful Jewish man unless, of course, that man, in fact, had converted to Islam? Islamic scholar and Middle Eastern expert al-rassooli says, according to Islam, a Muslim woman would be considered an apostate if she marries out of her Islamic faith, whether to a Jew or to a Christian. Apostates, especially females, would be, putting it mildly, slaughtered by her family or friends for insulting Islam and dishonoring her family. al-rassooli went on to say, by the way, it only takes a matter of minutes for anyone to convert to Islam by having two witnesses and reciting the Shahada 3 times. Rassooli says, Weiner may not realize that if at any time he wanted to opt out of his Muslim vow of conversion, it would only be as a cadaver. So, is Anthony Weiner keeping another secret from the American people, other than his marital infidelities and vile lifestyle? A secret such as his true faith? If so, why? In light of his vulgar behavior, record of lying to Americans, and as a holder of public trust and a servant of the people, does Anthony Weiner not owe the American citizens at least an explanation to the questions raised in this story? Let's see if the mainstream old media does its job and at least asks these questions. Many Americans are demanding to know the truth.